Hello, Kitson County, and welcome back to the Adopt a Tree program. I'm Heather Donahoe, and I'm with the Kitson Soil and Water Conservation District. Today, we are going to be doing a combination of Project Learning Trees, The Closer You Look, and a Tree Factory. All trees come in many different shapes and sizes, but they all share the same basic structure. Think about your tree. What are the defining characteristics of your tree? Without looking, I want you to draw a picture of your tree from memory. Try to include as many details as you can. We'll go ahead and pause now so that you can do that. Come back when you're ready. All trees have roots, branches, a trunk, leaves, and a reproductive structure. The roots go deep down into the ground. They anchor the tree and draw up water and nutrients from the soil. You can't see the roots because they're underground, but you can imagine them. Go ahead and close your eyes. Think about the roots growing deep down into the soil. Now, repeat after me. Roots, anchor and suck, anchor and suck. The trunk supports the tree and is a highway for water, nutrients, and sugars that the tree needs to grow. Stan here has one trunk and it is straight and tall. But some trees have gnarled and twisted trunks, or others have multiple trunks, or sometimes called leaders. Now I want you to repeat after me. The trunk is strong. The trunk is strong. The trunk is made up of the heartwood, the xylem, the phloem, the cambium, and the bark. This is a tree cookie. Now you can't see inside of a tree typically, and this one isn't from a tree like Stan, but when a tree dies and it has to be cut down, you can get a tree cookie off of it. And that'll show you what a tree looks like on the inside. This tree can show you the heartwood. Here is the xylem, the cambium, the phloem, and the bark. The heartwood is the dense layer of dead wood in the center of the trunk. It creates the core of the tree. Now repeat after me. Heartwood is core. Heartwood is core. The cambium is the thin layer of growing tissue that becomes new xylem or phloem. Now repeat after me. The cambium is thin and grows. The cambium is thin and grows. The xylem transports water and nutrients from the roots up to the leaves. Now repeat after me. Xylem, up from the roots to the leaves. Xylem, up from the roots to the leaves. Phloem transports sugars from the leaves back down through the rest of the tree. Now repeat after me. Phloem flows from the leaves to the roots. Phloem flows from the leaves to the roots. Bark is the rough outer layer of protective tissue. The bark protects the tree from things like insects, animals, fire, and disease. Now repeat after me. The bark protects. The bark protects. Now bark can come in many different colors, shapes, and textures. Stan has kind of scaly bark that's dark with a little bit of a reddish hint to it, and it's rough to the touch. But I'm sure we can all think of some trees that have white papery bark. Or here I have an example of a river birch, which has a golden flaky bark. Branches support the tree's leaves. Branches stretch out to expose the leaves to as much sunlight as possible. Branches also come in many different shapes, sizes, and textures. Some branches are straight and strong, and some branches are twisted and gnarled, while other branches point up and some branches point down. Now repeat after me. Branches stretch and support. Branches stretch and support. Leaves are the powerhouse of the tree. This is where the important work of photosynthesis occurs. Photosynthesis is how the tree converts sunlight into energy. Leaves can be flat with serrated edges, or they can be lobed, or they can even be like what Stan has, long, thin needles. They can be borne singly, or sometimes they come in bunches on the branch. Some leaves are one leaf comprised of many leaflets. Take a leaf from your tree. You can do a rubbing or a pressing and include that in your journal. Now repeat after me. Leaves are energy. Leaves are energy. Reproductive structures help to produce new trees. Fruits, seeds, cones, and flowers are all examples of a reproductive structure. Take a look at your tree and see if you can find any evidence of a reproductive structure. Write down in your journal what you find. Stan here produces these little cones. These cones contain seeds through which little stands are born. Now it's your turn. Take a closer look at your tree. Try to identify all the structures that we just discussed. The trunk, the roots, the leaves, the branches, and the reproductive structures. Now, you won't be able to see all of these structures without damaging the tree. So it's okay if you can't draw the roots or the inner parts of the trunk. Just do your best. I do want you to take your time and include as many details as you can in your second drawing. Then I want you to compare the difference between your first drawing and your second drawing. See the difference between what you remembered and what you observed. Included with this video are additional journal pages to help you complete these activities. Now we're going to put together all the motions that we did throughout this lesson to make a tree dance. Are you ready? Roots, anchor and suck. Anchor and suck. The trunk is strong. The trunk is strong. Heartwood is core. Heartwood is core. Xylem, up from the roots to the leaves. Up from the roots to the leaves. Cambium is thin and grows. Cambium is thin and grows. Phloem flows from the leaves to the roots. Phloem flows from the leaves to the roots. Bark protects. Bark protects. Branches stretch and support. Branches stretch and support. Leaves are energy. Leaves are energy. These are the parts of the tree. Thank you for joining us today. We hope that you enjoyed this lesson and that you learned something new today. Please share this lesson with others. And please join us next month for another Adopt a Tree activity.